Hello and welcome again to Radio Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 21st of May and I have a little bit of discussion and speculation regarding The Division, as a source allegedly close to the development has claimed that Ubisoft's plan to release The Division in autumn of next year is a quote bit optimistic. Now, this same source did actually correctly forecast back in January that the game would be delayed from its original 2014 launch window, and they have now said that the studios working on the game may not hit their new revised current release target. Now, this source said to Game Reactor, quote, "The Division is without a doubt one of the most ambitious game projects of all time, and our publisher has naturally realised this. We've been given increased resources, we're hiring lots at the moment, and are given a lot of help from other Ubisoft teams, which is going to be needed if we are to deliver a finished game by next fall. Sadly, I think that the date is a tad bit optimistic, as we still don't have a functioning game and still have massive problems making our multiplayer component work at the concept stage. At the same time, both we and our publisher are incredibly happy with our game engine, and Ubisoft will naturally make use of it in lots of upcoming titles." This source did have a few other comments actually, as of course Ubisoft Massive is one of the development studios actually working on the title, which of course is for PC, Xbox One and PS4, and of course they're not doing it alone, they're doing it with Ubisoft Reflections and Ubisoft Red Storm, but apparently this source claimed that Ubisoft Massive was actually unhappy with the main branch of Ubisoft for originally announcing the 2014 launch date without first consulting the studio. And they said, quote, "It felt like being punched in the face, to be completely honest. At the end of the day, we don't want to do a Battlefield 4 and release an unfinished game. Shots fired. There's too much potential in the concept that is The Division at the moment, that we've asked for more time and resources in order to fully realise, there we go, this fantastic vision." So there you go. Now, Ubisoft obviously were very ambitious with their original 2014 launch window, as of course it has been delayed until late next year. So if it happens again that Ubisoft will delay the title to perhaps even at the very end of 2015 or maybe even early 2016, then it seems that they were definitely very ambitious. Now, The Division is a extremely large project and it's sounding really interesting each time I hear like a news blurb or whatever about it. And I think it's definitely going to be one of the most interesting games of the year it comes out, whatever year that ends up being. Well, your guess is as good as mine, good sir. So it's possible that this source has the right of it, and the fact that they did actually forecast correctly that they would delay the 2014 launch window leads me to think that we can give this source's comments more credence than we normally would. Now, to be honest, as much as it sucks to have a game you really want to play delayed, especially when it's not by like a couple of weeks or whatever, it's by several months, maybe even a year, then, you know, like, I understand the feeling that it sucks, but I think we'd all rather wait a little bit longer and have a more polished, finished-looking game. Despite the slightly burny comments about Battlefield 4, he does kind of have a point. Battlefield 4 was a little bit rushed. Whether or not that was the fault of the publisher or not is kind of down to your interpretation. That seems to be the agreement among most people, and it's probably the case, but I wasn't there. I can't say with any certainty how true that is, but regardless of the ins and outs of it, it did feel a little bit rushed on release, and of course is much better now, but at launch it was a bit of a mess, and I don't think we want to see that happen to The Division. So if he's right and if it is going to be delayed again, that's going to suck massively, but I'd rather wait longer but have a more complete, more polished game when it does eventually come out, especially when you're dealing with a project as large and ambitious as The Division. Anyway guys, that's me done for this video. Do let me know your thoughts below, and as always, throw us a like, subscribe and share if you're feeling generous, and I'll see you next time.